The next kanji is kyoku. Kyoku or kiwami, which means pole or extreme. So we have the first one is denkyoku. Denkyoku. So den means electricity and kyoku means the pole, which means electrode, whether it's a positive or negative. So we have the next one is seikyoku. Seikyoku. Se means positive or correct. So seikyoku means positive electrode, while the opposite of seikyoku is fukyoku. Fukyoku, which is negative. The other one, we can use the kanji for this word, which is yokyoku. Yokyoku. It represents a note. A note, okay? So in electrochemistry, we have two types of cases where you assume the system as a battery, or you assume the system as a pole which starts the electrolysis, and you use the words positive electrode or anode, and the opposite is the negative electrode or cathode. In Japanese we call it seikyoku, fukyoku, yokyoku, inkyoku. Okay. The next kanji is ban or ita, which means plate. Okay, so you can see the next word is denkyokuban. Denkyokuban. So we have learned this one in the slide before. We have den, which is electricity, kyoku is the pole. So this denkyoku means electrode. And if you put ban, which means plate, it just refers to the electrode plate. Denkyokuban. The next one is douban. Douban. Do here means copper. So simply refers to copper plate. If you put I'm bang like this, I'm bang, it means zinc plate, because I'm means zinc. Okay. The next kanji is netsu. Netsu or atsui. Atsui, which means heat or hot. So we have the first one is hanno netsu. Hanno netsu. Hanno means reaction. Okay, so it gives the reverse reaction, reverse answer, which is reaction, and netsu is the heat. So hanno netsu means reaction heat. How many C you are going to use, you going to find or calculate in one reaction. The next one is 熱量. 熱量. 熱量 is the heat amount, which the unit is usually shown as joule. So the 熱量 is several joule or kilojoule. Next one is 加熱. 加熱. Ka means to add. When you add something, you cool it, right? 加熱. And if you add the heat, you're heating up something, you say 加熱する. 加熱. The next kanji is 法. 法, which means law. Okay, so the first one is 法則. 法則. 法則 means rules. So 法, this one means the law. 則 usually means the rule. So 法則 is the rule. The next one is 法律. 法律. While this one differs from the first one, 法律 means the law. In terms of government, okay, this one 法則 means more to like academic words. So if you're going to say the rule of mathematics or the rule of physics, you use this one. But if you're using the law, the word law in governmental or like in science politics, it refers to horitsu. In chemistry, we are going to learn about Hess no hōsoku. Hess no hōsoku. So it refers to the Hess law. Okay. So even though in English we say Hess law, in Japanese, because it's referred to academic stuff, we don't say Hess no horitsu, but we say Hess no hōsoku. Okay, so you know the difference between law and rule and the way Japanese refers to the meaning. Okay, because this one is not refers to any politics or governmental meaning, but refers to the academic rules. The next kanji is soku. Soku, or rule. As we learned in the previous slide, we learned this kanji, which shows hōsoku, which means rules. We have the ho is the law, soku means the rule. So hōsoku means the rule, like in academic stuff. We also have this one. We have gakusoku. 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 Gaku means academic, but it refers to school. So gakusoku means literally school rules. If you're going to school, your school have the rules, that's gakusoku. And this one is the Hess no hōsoku. Hess no hōsoku, Hess law. Okay, and again, you don't say Hess no horitsu because that horitsu is used to for governmental and politics law. But in academic stuff, we use hōsoku, not horitsu. The next kanji is sei, or ikiru. It has lots of meaning. For example, to build, to live, and so on. Because this kanji is learned in the first grade in elementary school in Japanese school. It has lots of meaning and readings, so you have to be careful for this kanji. So we started with the first one, is seisei. Seisei. Seisei means to produce or to generate. Seisei suru, it means you generate something. In this case, we learn for the heat, we have seisei netsu. Seisei netsu. Seisei netsu means the heat of generation, which means if you mix and react something, make a reaction of something, the heat, the amount of heat generated when you generate 1 mole of something refers to the heat of generation. Seisei netsu. The next kanji is sei, or naru, and it means to become something. We have the first one as the previous slides, seisei netsu. Seisei netsu, which means the heat of generation. Seisei is to generate, netsu is the heat. So seisei netsu is the heat of generation. We learned this in Japanese class. Seiko. Seiko. Seiko means success. So for example, if you have an experiment and then your experiment is a success, jikken seiko. So your experiment is success, seiko. Or the next kanji is kansei. Kansei. Kansei, the first kanji kan means to over, to finish, while sei is to become. So kansei means complete. When you complete something, you complete the report, you complete an experiment, you complete a research paper, it means kansei.